Hello, I'm Isabel Bathurst. I'm a solicitor from England. I live in London, just outside in a place called Epsom with my family, my husband and 2 children. They're both grown up. I qualified as a lawyer, having studied at Manchester University, and then I became a solicitor where I worked in litigation for a number of years before developing an interest in where technology assists lawyers to do what they do. And I was introduced to a legal technology company which I partnered with and set up a company, Legal AI. I'm the CEO and founder of Legal AI, primarily to bring cutting-edge AI technology into the legal profession to really help lawyers and assist them in the work that they do. As a mother and a lawyer at the same time, efficiency is really important to me, and getting the work done well and quickly in less time available gives me that balance in life to be able to do both well. Ras Al Khaimah was of interest simply through an introduction from a very close school friend who has lived here for a number of years. And when I suggested that I was interested in the Dubai region, he said, no, you don't know Ras Al Khaimah. Come visit, see how different it is, and see just what this place has to offer. And so I was introduced from a friend that I know from my home who's come to know and love Ras Al Khaimah, and to come and meet the people and businesses here has been really interesting and exciting in comparison to Dubai as a place that I've really enjoyed visiting, and I'm really hoping to be able to do business and bring my company here. I'm excited about the vision that I'm seeing, and the people have been just wonderful. I love the sea. I love being by the sea. I am a sailor. I love sailing. I love swimming. The whole ocean scene. And if I may, the product that I'm building, the name of the product is Kai, and its affiliation with the sea, as the meaning and the spiritual meaning of it is the keeper of the keys from the ocean. So this part of the world and that affiliation was of huge importance to me. I also have a family who love golf, my uncle being a former professional golfer, and I love golf. So if I was here, I'd be partaking in quite a lot of the golf and the golf clubs locally. Ras Al Khaimah is a forward-thinking and dynamic cultural haven. I think the region is looking at how to integrate women into business far better than some other regions more locally, and some other cultural aspects. It's a difficult one, and interestingly in England we've just had Women in Tech Week as a focus on women, even in the Western world, that we know, in that it's the focus on women entrepreneurs, particularly women CEOs such as myself, actually bringing technology into the business world, and to do that in law is seen as remarkable, but also encouraged. And I think Ras Al Khaimah is fostering women able to do that as a real forward-thinking, innovative way forward, and so feel completely supported, encouraged, invited, accepted, promoted, and just, I think everyone's happy that I'm here. At least I hope so. Ras Al Khaimah is a very exciting place to be. You can see the growth and development happening on the ground. Yes, there's cranes, there's building work, but there's a real energy, and I think on visiting here, you can feel that energy, that vision, that drive. People are very aware of its capability as a locality to actually be forward-thinking and foster new business. There's a real keenness on the ground to bring in and assist businesses such as mine that are innovative, forward-thinking, where AI is involved. That's obviously of particular interest in the current climate, but Ras Al Khaimah has certainly got that feeling of a place that's moving places, moving forwards, growing, developing, and being right at the heart of that. I've really had a vision of the law being what makes a difference in people's lives, and certainly in what I do. Some of the cases that I've worked on are life-changing for individuals, and also I've been very fortunate in being able to change the law, drive what the law is. And so when that comes to technology, where technology can facilitate businesses but individuals of all backgrounds, that's a real vision for how it can transform, disrupt, enable And I think that's a real driving force in what I do. Oh, there's so many problems in law. It's what we call our pain points, that particular point where you want to throw the computer across the floor and it's just not doing what you want it to do. And I think there's a lot of technology in law that is excellent technology, but it doesn't quite do what I need it to do as a solicitor for my clients. And there's so many gaps, and you're forever putting information in, the same information in time and time again. We've all got that form filling fatigue, if you like, whereas AI can enable you to work with your client to fill that form in as you're speaking, release the lawyer from being a hostage to the computer keyboard and really open up back conversations, interactions with people. And I see AI as that real facilitator and enabler to get us to do what we're best at. We advise clients, we've got expertise, you think on the ground, you think on your feet, you need to be able to give that expert advice. You don't want to be sitting there filling out a form, you want your AI tool to be able to do that for you. I think that's a really good question, but whatever you do in business, it's got to be for whoever is on the ground. It's got to, if you're building a business, whatever you're building has got to enable that community to work well with whatever you're working. And you've got to provide jobs, services, but also anything that would facilitate that business in education, the local community generally. And I think it's really important that you are, for example, I've always provided apprenticeships. I support younger individuals, whether or not they want to go into law, I'll always take them in for work experience. And I think it's very important to do that in businesses, to engage with whomsoever is in your surroundings and to meet them with what their needs are in your business. I've learned not to hide behind the camera or the brand, and to realise that my expertise as a solicitor building a technology product means that I understand it from the perspective of the solicitor using it, and I can interact with my clients to then inform those building the technology what is really needed. So it's built by a lawyer for lawyers and their clients. And with my experience over time, I mean, I started working before we used emails, and where everything was on paper up until everything being completely paperless and the technology taking over, to really understand the business of law and to integrate that into technology, you've got a lawyer driving that, not just someone in technology. Just talk to people, immerse yourself completely in what's going on, attend networking events, listen carefully to what people are saying, understand the local culture, the local business networking community, and what it is the people on the ground really want from you and your business. And if you want to find out anything more, then I'd just recommend that you look on the RAK website.